So this is the same Jake Paul that took down the pound for pound heavyweight champion of the world, Mike Tyson. This is the same Jake Paul who is sticking his tongue out to people and doing the all mocking tongue.
Did you see when he hit Jake Paul that final time? Did you see what Jake Paul said?
His face. Yeah, he ain't felt that kind of power.
Hell no.
We have breaking news for you. Boxer Anthony Joshua has been injured in a car crash that killed 2 people in Nigeria.
After news broke that Anthony Joshua was involved in a serious car crash in Nigeria, an incident where 2 of his closest friends sadly passed, people online immediately started saying, "This feels eerie." For weeks, fans have been whispering about the so-called Jake Paul curse after spotting what they claim is a pattern with fighters who face Jake. Jake has fought around 13 opponents, and a noticeable number of them later dealt with injuries, setbacks, or public drama, according to fans. So when Joshua hit the headlines just days after sharing the ring with Jake, that theory blew up all over again. And then Shannon Sharpe entered the chat at the worst possible moment. Just days earlier, a clip of Shannon went viral with him laughing at the idea that Jake Paul ever stood a chance against Anthony Joshua. Not long after, the story flipped from boxing banter to something heartbreaking, with reports focusing on Joshua's friends passing in that crash and Joshua himself reportedly being in serious condition.
I know one thing. Anthony Joshua held back, I can tell you that.
Oh yeah.
There were many wide open shots.
Yes.
That a fighter at his level, you take those shots because the opening is there.
If you notice heavyweight, that's why the only really heavy, when you go back and study heavyweight, Socho, the only one that moved was Ali. Ali weighed 205.
That's it.
You start getting these heavyweights 220, 225, 230, 245. You get Klitschko 6'6". You get Fury 6'8", 6'9", 260, 270. You get Lennox Lewis 6'6", 255. Now you start to get, and it's not a division, but they're what we call super heavyweights. Riddick Bowe, those big guys, 240, 245, 50 on up. You can't move like that. It takes oxygen.
Hey,
y'all heard how your boy was breathing. I don't want to bring it up, Mojo, but you heard how your boy was breathing. It take a lot of oxygen to move. 255, 260.
That's when commenters started connecting dots, claiming something dark follows Jake, and insisting this isn't the first time bad news seems to trail the Jake Paul spotlight. Some even went full conspiracy mode, saying the whole situation gave them Illuminati ritual vibes. No receipts, just internet speculation spiraling fast. First, let's break down the terrifying accident Anthony Joshua was reportedly involved in while in Nigeria, the homeland of his parents. The incident allegedly happened on Monday, December 29th in Ogun State, along one of the country's busiest highways, instantly raising alarms online. According to early reports, Anthony was a passenger in a Lexus SUV that reportedly slammed into a stationary truck. The impact was severe, and authorities later confirmed that 2 people in the vehicle, identified as Anthony's close friends Amy and Kevin Latifio, sadly passed following the incident. Other passengers were injured but survived, and Anthony himself reportedly suffered only minor injuries and was transported to a nearby hospital where he was listed as stable. Nigerian authorities quickly launched an official investigation into what went wrong. Preliminary police findings suggested the vehicle may have been speeding and lost control while attempting to overtake, though nothing has been finalized yet. Shortly after, Anthony Joshua's spokesperson released a statement confirming the 2 men involved were extremely close to him. The statement read, "It is with the deepest and most profound sadness that we confirm following a road traffic accident in Lagos, Nigeria earlier today, sending shockwaves through fans worldwide." The statement continued by confirming that Sig G and Kevin Latifio had passed following the incident, noting they were close friends and key members of Anthony Joshua's inner circle. It respectfully asked for privacy for the families as they process what was described as shocking and overwhelming news. Anthony himself sustained injuries in the crash and was taken to the hospital for checks and treatment, where he was listed as stable and kept under observation. What made this situation hit even harder is the timing. The crash happened shortly after Anthony was dominating headlines for a massive, high-profile win against Jake Paul. That fight was officially announced in November 2025, and from day one, fans were locked in on the mismatch. Size, weight, and experience were all leaning heavily in Joshua's favor. Joshua reportedly stepped into the ring nearly 27 pounds heavier and about 5 inches taller, with years more elite level experience behind him. When the bout finally happened, Joshua took control early and secured a 6th round stoppage, ending the night decisively. Paul, on the other hand, was later taken in for medical care related to facial injuries that reportedly required surgical attention, fueling non-stop debate online. That's when Shannon Sharpe weighed in with his blunt take. He brushed off the drama, saying the entire matchup was ridiculous and suggesting Joshua was clearly holding back instead of unleashing his full power, an opinion that instantly sent social media into chaos. But here's the other side of this story, and this is where fans say things start getting weird. Online commenters are now pushing a theory they've dubbed the Jake Paul curse, pointing to what they believe is a troubling pattern involving fighters who step into the ring with Jake Paul. No proof, just a timeline that people can't stop arguing about. It allegedly starts with Nate Robinson, the former NBA player who fought Jake back on November 28th, 2020.
She said it's going to be probably in your late 30s that your kidneys are going to just deteriorate over time. There were times where I got sick and I was just throwing up and I couldn't control what was going on, and they had to put me in the hospital for a couple days, and I would come out feeling greater than I've ever felt before. So I just kept dealing with the routine over the years. For me, I just was like, man, this is just another stepping stool, another obstacle that I had to overcome. And I was like, I'm not going to let this be me.
Robinson was stopped in the 2nd round, and after that bout, he largely disappeared from boxing talk, later focusing on health matters following reported kidney complications. Fans say that moment marked the beginning of something unsettling. Then there's Ben Askren, who faced Jake on April 17, 2021. He was stopped in the opening round, and in the years that followed, Askren dealt with severe medical issues, including pneumonia and complications that eventually required a double lung transplant. Supporters say this only added fuel to the so-called curse narrative.
What's up, guys? Have not given you an update in a while. Figured you deserve one. Whenever this is all the way over, I actually just read through my wife's journal because I don't remember anything from May 28th to July 2. No recollection. Zero idea. No idea what happened. We'll kind of go through it all, and I just read through my wife's journal. It's like a movie. It's ridiculous. So I only died 4 times, right? Where the ticker stopped for about 20 seconds. That's not ideal. I don't know if you guys know that. But I got the double lung transplant. I made it out to the other side of it, gaining quite a bit of strength. We're going to use it.
Next up is Tyron Woodley, who fought Jake on August 29, 2021 and lost by split decision. After the fight, Woodley publicly spoke about financial struggles, which later led to bankruptcy filings, another point fans were quick to connect. And then there's Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., who faced Jake on June 11, 2022, losing by decision. Not long after, he ran into legal and residency complications, including reported issues with his status in the U.S.
The famous Mexican boxer has been arrested by U.S. Immigrations and Customs Enforcement agents and will be deported. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. was arrested for overstaying a tourist visa that expired last February. Last week, Chavez was in the ring with YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul.
Fans insist it's just coincidence, but others swear this pattern is way too consistent to ignore, and the debate keeps getting louder by the day. And then fans bring up Tommy Fury, the British fighter who faced Jake Paul on February 26, 2023, and won by split decision. After that fight, Fury's personal life suddenly became public spectacle territory, with non-stop headlines about relationship drama involving Molly May Haig, plus ongoing chatter about lifestyle issues that fans say derailed his momentum. Then people point to lesser-known cases too. One example often mentioned online is Ryan Borland, a low-profile fighter who appeared in exhibition bouts with Jake. After those appearances, he stepped away from professional boxing entirely and returned to a regular job, which fans oddly include in this so-called pattern. And of course, there's Mike Tyson. Before his scheduled bout with Jake, Tyson reportedly dealt with a serious medical emergency involving internal bleeding, requiring extended hospitalization and multiple transfusions. He later recovered, but fans still fold that situation into the larger narrative, even though the incident happened before the fight itself. Now add Anthony Joshua to the timeline. He fought Jake on December 19th, winning by 6th round stoppage, with judges heavily favoring him in earlier rounds, while Jake reportedly suffered a jaw injury requiring surgery. Then just 10 days later, Anthony was involved in that devastating car crash in Nigeria, pulling him into headlines for reasons far removed from boxing. So when fans line all this up, health scares, personal turmoil, career detours, and sudden life shifts, they insist it's more than coincidence. Online, people keep calling it the Jake Paul curse, arguing that what keeps happening to Jake's opponents is genuinely strange, even if it's all still speculation and internet theory run wild.
2023 was the best year that has ever happened to me. I had two multi-million-pound fights. I won them both. I got engaged. I had a beautiful baby daughter, holidays, everything, houses, the lot. And then all of a sudden, on starting the year off in 2024, and the fact that I lay in the hospital bed and I knew that I couldn't fight this year, I couldn't train this year, couldn't lift weights, couldn't do any of that. Mental health was in the pan, really, really bad, because I only live for training, and my family's like, that was all snatched away from me. I was going through a terrible time, drinking every day, drunk. You know, what good's that?
Fans kept stacking more fuel onto the fire. Jake has fought around 13 opponents so far, and commenters keep insisting a concerning number of them face serious problems afterward. Health scares, career derailments, or sudden life shifts. Then things took a sharper turn when one viral post claimed Jake Paul had converted last year and allegedly cast a Kabbalah curse on his opponent. Pure speculation, but it spread fast and hit a nerve. From there, some people went even further, framing the entire fight between Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua as something ritual-like rather than just boxing hype. Fans pointed out that during a press conference face-off, the CEO of Most Valuable Promotions was allegedly flashing what they believed to be an Illuminati-style hand sign. Again, no proof, just internet interpretation running wild. Others zoomed in on Jake's tattoos, especially the eye inside a triangle on his chest, along with skulls, demons, and esoteric-style designs scattered across his body. Online theorists quickly labeled these symbols as culturally linked to dark or occult imagery. Even though tattoos alone don't prove anything, fans also resurfaced footage from Jake's fight build-up with Mike Tyson, where Jake walked out wearing a skull and bone style jacket. To conspiracy-minded viewers, that visual felt symbolic, and they folded it straight into the narrative. And now some users are pushing the idea that Anthony Joshua's car accident was a warning, a reminder. They claim that unseen forces are pulling the strings behind the scenes. One post on X summed up the mood saying, "Call me crazy, but this whole Anthony Joshua situation felt like someone reminding him who really runs things." Maybe the fight didn't follow the script, maybe money was lost. That's just my opinion. No evidence, no confirmations, just speculation spiraling fast, and the internet eating it up like fuel on a fire. One fan doubled down saying, "You're not alone." My first thought too, you could see it in the fight. Jake Paul signaling, telling him to take it easy, even using his tongue. He did the same thing with Mike. Maybe he didn't play along this time and paid a price, or maybe he was the target and it missed. Either way, this doesn't feel random. At the same time, plenty of people are pushing back hard. They argue this is nothing more than internet conspiracy talk, and that Anthony Joshua's accident has absolutely nothing to do with beating Jake Paul. No hidden meaning, no deeper message, just an unfortunate chain of events. But even critics admit the timing feels strange, and that's why the conversation refuses to die down. The fight, the headlines, the accident, it all lined up in a way people can't stop dissecting. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think this is all just coincidence, or does something about this situation feel off to you? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video, and I'll see you in the next one.